Hi, thanks for tuning in. Today I want to share my 5 bags to keep, 5 bags to sacrifice tag video. I was tagged by the lovely Rochelle, of course, here on YouTube. I think the tag was originally created by Fashionably Amy. I will link everybody in the description box down below, so definitely check that out. I know you're probably wondering why you only see my hands. I normally show my face in all of my videos, of course, but I have recently gotten some major dental work done, and my face just looks like a chipmunk. So I figured this might be a great opportunity to also test out a new angle. This way you can see a lot more of the details on the piece, and because this is a tag video that features a whole bunch of handbags, I thought this might be a better angle as well. So my understanding of this tag is that there are 5 bags that you would keep in your collection, and there are 5 bags that you're willing to sacrifice. I'm gonna start with the 5 that I would keep in my collection forever. The first bag I would keep in my collection forever has to be this beauty right here. This is my vintage Chanel Jumbo. I also featured this in my Chanel best and worst video not too long ago, so I'll link that above and in the description box so you can check it out. But as you can see, this is a vintage beauty with the oversized CC logo that's 24 karat gold plated, and it has a pocket in the back. It has the 2 straps, and it has the grommets that are side by side. And it is a single flap. You can see, you can see all of the stuffing inside, but it's a single flap, which means there's no extra flap. And considering this age, I want to say it's like over 25 years old. Close to 30 years old, and I feel like it is looking really good, really pristine. This is a bag that I keep in my collection because of how versatile it is. It's versatile, it's classic, it's large for daily use in the winter months because, you know, I usually have like gloves, a scarf. There are more things that I carry on the daily, and this is an excellent size. Plus the strap is long enough that it's easy to put over your shoulder. So that's why I would keep this in my collection forever. The next forever bag is this Chanel piece. This is also a black bag, but this is the Chanel Classic Mini. It's in the So Black with the chevron quilting and the PVC overlay. The So Black means the hardware is all black. So as you can see, there's a black CC, and the strap also has black hardware. There is a pocket in the back, and this is a mini size, so it is a single flap. I would keep this beauty in my collection because it is such an easy hands-free option. The hands-free makes it so convenient to wear. The So Black makes it really understated, so it's not necessarily, like compared to the first vintage Jumbo, it's not screaming Chanel as much. And it's also super easy to dress up and down. You can throw it crossbody with jeans and a t-shirt. You can also loop the handles to make it more like a shoulder bag, and you can wear it for night. So this is such a versatile piece, another one that I would keep in my collection forever. And the next bag that I'd keep in my collection forever, of course, would be my Birkin 30. I know I've been featuring a lot of Chanel bags, so I thought I would switch it up and feature my Hermes piece. This is a Birkin 30 in Clemence leather with palladium hardware. You see I do have twillies on, and this is the back. This is by far my favorite Hermes bag that I have. It is such an iconic piece, such an iconic silhouette. It's a beautiful pop of color. It has really good functionality for me, and it is a bit of a trophy bag, if that makes sense. Like, to me, it represents a lot more, it encompasses a lot of achievements that I was able to make around this time. So there's a lot of sentimental value for this bag for me. That's also why I would keep it in my collection forever. And you know, the other 2 were black bags, so I love that this is a pop of color. I am thinking of, you know, these 5 bags to keep to be like, you know, if I really had to narrow down my collection to just 5 bags, which 5 would I want to have, you know, that full breadth and depth of, you know, functionality, convenience, but also, you know, colors and variations. So This would be my pop of color handbag. My next forever keep bag is this beautiful sparkly baby. This is my most recent handbag purchase. I think this is like my first designer purchase of 2021. And this is it's a fully sparkle or sequin embellished Chanel mini bag. And it has like gunmetal hardware, but it's not antique. It's not like ruthenium. It is more of like a silvery color, and it has a high shine, but it's not as shiny as like the normal silver. So I call it gunmetal. And you'll see there's no pocket on the back, but the sequins do have like a bit of a gradation. So it starts out really silver and it goes more into a black. This is also a single flap, you'll see here, and then this bag has grommets on the side here. So there's 2 here and 2 here. So there's 4 grommets. I really love this piece. I think this is like the perfect party bag, even though so far I've mostly worn it casually. And I think this is a really great piece to add some variety, like there's additional texture. I love that there's extra sparkle. I love that it's more vintage inspired with the silhouette. I feel like it's a great bag that adds, you know, it adds that little extra bit to my collection. Again, I'm looking at these 5 permanent forever bags to be the ones that, you know, should represent the kind of variety that I want. And I feel like this, even though it's black, the sparkle adds such a different element to it and makes it like the perfect addition to my collection. I did do a comparison video of all the mini sizes that I have, and so I'll link that video up above it and in the description as well, so you can check it out, because I go into a lot more detail on like the size, the fit, the details of this piece, and all of that good stuff. The last forever bag that I would keep in my collection is this baby right here. So this is a medium flap in the tweed, in this beautiful blue-red kind of plaid tweed. And this is definitely much more of a seasonal bag, but it is a very, very cute one with some champagne gold hardware, the pocket in the back, and you may have guessed it, a single flap. So this is definitely much more seasonal than some of the other handbags that I shared, but I do like having this addition in my collection. First of all, it gets a lot of compliments when I take it out, which is always a nice, you know, it's a nice feeling to get compliments on your handbag. But also, I feel like this is also a good piece to have to add more variety. Like you're able to add a bit of color, though it's not too much color, and you're also able to have a different texture, right? I don't want all of my bags to be, you know, all like the same necessarily if I really am only going to have 5 bags forever in my collection. So it gives me a good variety, a good different texture, and also something to look forward to carry in the colder months, because I love taking this out in the fall and winter. Now I'm going to move on to the 5 bags that I'm willing to sacrifice. The first bag might come as a bit of a surprise. The first bag I'm willing to sacrifice is my Hermes Constance 24. And I know that might be shocking to some. I like having this bag in my collection, so it's not that I would like immediately turn around and sell it right now. But as I was thinking about the bags that I would be willing to sacrifice, this one did emerge. And it emerged because personally, it's not my favorite. I think I would rather sacrifice this style to get another Birkin or maybe try a Kelly. I will share more details in an upcoming video. I want to do my Hermes best and worst as well. So I'll go into a lot more detail there. But basically, if I was thinking about handbags that had to go, you know, if I really, really had to let go of some, either because I need more space or because, you know, for whatever reason, this would definitely be one I think that I would take out. I think it photographs beautifully. I love when I see it on me in photos, but I don't get that same feeling when I'm actually using the bag, if that makes sense. So again, I'll go into more detail in an upcoming video, so definitely subscribe and stay tuned for that. But this is the first bag that I thought of to sacrifice. The next bag I would sacrifice is this Chanel O case. I believe this was the last collection that Karl Lagerfeld had designed himself. It's a beautiful piece. There's tweed with some PVC overlay again, and it says Chanel on the back. I really like how hip this design is. I'm just not a clutch person, so I still use this bag from time to time, and I will still take it out because I feel like the bag looks cool with my outfit. Like there are certain outfits that just need more of a clutch style versus something on your shoulder or in your arm. So I'll still use it for that, but I find myself most of the time then trying to find a way for me to be able to like put it somewhere else so I don't have to carry it in my hand all day. It's just because I'm not a clutch person that, you know, if push came to shove, I would sacrifice this bag. The next bag I would sacrifice is this Hermes Vespa in the TPM size. And I feel like I've raved about this bag before, and I absolutely stand by everything that I said, and I still really prefer this bag over the Evelyn. You can see it's a very, very similar silhouette. If I'm not mistaken, I think this model came out first before the Evelyn, and then eventually this model was discontinued. I love how subtle it is. Like, the only way you really know is through this beautiful hardware at the top, to, you know, where you get like the hint of the chain, and it just looks so beautiful. And this orange is so iconic to Hermes. I really, really love this piece. The only reason why I mention it right now is because it is pretty small. The amount of space you have is realistically the space right down here before you hit the toggle, and there isn't too much that you can fit there. So in this day and age, when I want to carry like hand sanitizer, and sometimes I need to carry some wipes, and I also want to carry like a mask case, this piece just doesn't get as much action because there isn't as much space for me to fit everything. This next sacrifice bag might be another surprise. This is my Chanel Classic Flap in this small size. It is in the iconic 19B gray color with silver hardware, and the back has a pocket. You might know why this is included here. It's because it has a double flap, and so you need to kind of move that to get inside the bag. This is such an iconic piece. This is actually the only real like classic flap that I have in my collection, because my jumbo is a vertical style. It's also a vintage piece, so I still consider it to be classic, but technically like it's not the classic quilted look. I find that I don't use this as much as I think I would, and I just am really not a fan of the double flap. If you noticed, all of the Chanel bags that I want to keep in my collection forever are all single flap styles, but this one has a double flap, and I feel like it minimizes the space that you can use. And also, this style isn't that much larger than the classic mini, but it costs like a lot more. So I might have mentioned this in another video, where sometimes I gauge my level of satisfaction with like, do I think about how much money I paid for it? And I do. This is one where sometimes I do think about how much money I spent on it and how often I feel like it's just sitting in my closet. That's why if I had to sacrifice, I would sacrifice this piece. I mean, I don't want to, because this gray is just to die for, and I absolutely love the color. So I won't sell it, but like it is one that I'm willing to sacrifice if I absolutely had to, because I just don't get as much use out of it. Hey guys, as I'm editing, I realized that I forgot one bag that I was going to sacrifice because I no longer have that piece anymore. I purchased the Chanel Deauville in the small size, and I used it as a commuting bag to work. And once COVID hit and I was working from home, I realized I didn't have a lot of use cases for this style of tote bag, and that's why I decided to actually sell this piece so that it can get rehomed and loved somewhere else. I did a detailed comparison of the Deauville with the Chanel 19, so I'll link that video because I go into a lot more detail of like what fits and what I think each bag is good for.
and it will shed some more light on my thought process for why I wanted to sell this piece. So this is a bag that has already been sacrificed from my collection.
So that's everything. Those were my 5 bags to keep forever, 5 bags to sacrifice. Oh, I just realized I didn't wear any of my rings for this whole video. I was in a little bit of a rush to get ready, so that's probably why. But hopefully, hopefully that didn't bother anybody. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will tag some additional folks, so open the description box down below to check out who I tagged. But if you have any questions on any of these items or really anything at all, feel free to leave them down below or head on over to Instagram and I'd be happy to help however I can. If you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate all of your feedback and support. If you like this kind of content and you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I post new fashion related videos every Sunday and Wednesday. So until next time, bye!